For centuries, there has been a strong hatred between the Magi and the nobles, two corners of a society that would never coexist. Years upon years of conflict, repression, and destruction have built up wells of prejudice, racism, and rage. One side living oppressed, and the other side living as the oppressors. Now the fate of her people falls onto her shoulders. Children of Virtue and Vengeance is the second book in the Legacy of Orïsha series, a fantasy action trilogy that focuses on the conflict between the Magi and the nobles, written by Tomi Adeyemi. Three weeks after the events of the first book, Children of Blood and Bone, the main characters Zeli and Amari unsuccessfully try to overthrow the current monarchy. Unlikely allies, Zeli is a Magi, whose mother was killed and whose life was ruined at the hands of the nobles. Meanwhile, Amari is a rogue princess who ran away seeking justice and freedom for her people. After numerous failed attempts of overthrowing the nobles, they have no other choice but to join the Iyika, a newly formed rebellion group whose sole purpose was to annihilate the nobles. They welcome Zeli with open arms, but they don't trust Amari whatsoever. Since Amari has the blood of a noble, they see her as a potential threat. They have an unspoken hatred against nobles, even though Amari did nothing wrong. After Amari finally gets the courage to speak up and let her voice be heard, this happens. The entire cafeteria quiets down in the wake of my outburst. Hermaya blinks at me, as if surprised I can speak. Apologies, I clear my throat. I haven't introduced myself. Oh, I know who you are. The ice in Ramaya's tone chills me to the bone. Your mother is the reason we lost Lagos. Your father is the reason I have this scar. She rises from her seat and the others move out of her way. What I don't know is why you think you have a right to even breathe in my presence. My cheeks heat as all eyes land on me. There's not one warm face in the crowd. Only Mazeli gives me a sympathetic frown. I helped. I square my chest. I have magic myself. The abomination you call magic doesn't earn you a place at this table. It certainly doesn't earn you the right to have an opinion. Ramaya looks me up and down before turning back to Zeli. Ramaya, wait! I try to grab her arms, but she stops me with a look. Speak at my table again, and I'll rip out your tongue with my bare hands. I inhale a shaking breath as she walks away, causing the other elders to follow her path. My lips quiver with everything. I want to scream. I can't believe how easily they've rejected his attempt at peace. Will Amari be able to gain the Iyika's trust? Will they be able to work together? Or will the nobles crush every attempt at retaliation? Find out what happens by reading Children of Virtue and Vengeance. But make sure to read Children of Blood and Bone first. That's kind of important. Transition time! This is the visual I created for Children of Virtue and Vengeance. Instead of creating a 6-word memoir for one specific character, I opted to create a separate phrase that applied to all three main characters in different ways. The purple hand on the left belongs to Zeli, the Magi. To her, saving her people means by destroying the monarchy that oppressed her kind for years on end. By taking the crown, the Magi would no longer have to live in fear, no longer being burdened by the constant threat to their lives. I can't see with this freaking fog. On the other side, the dark blue hand represents the nobles and the prince. To him, saving his people means putting down the danger that is the Iyika. The prince doesn't see all Magi as bad, like most nobles do, but he does see the Iyika as a threat to both the safety of the nobles and the safety of the country. Finally, the smaller light blue hand in the middle is that of Amari's. Both in the book and in my visual, Amari is stuck in between both sides, seeking peace for everyone. Her ideal country would have everyone as equals, regardless of who they were born as. But, with her having the hardest goal out of the three, she's also the farthest from achieving it. Back to you, Edgy Boy. One thing I really like about Children of Virtue and Vengeance is Adeyemi's usage of her chapters and how each chapter changes a perspective to a different character. The book as a whole is told in first person, but depending on which chapter you're on depends on whose perspective you see it from. This allows the readers to see inside the minds of each main character and understand each character's motivations behind their actions. Children of Virtue and Vengeance is a great sequel to Children of Blood and Bone and continues the story in the thrilling and unexpected ways. Make sure to read Children of Virtue and Vengeance and check out Tomi Adeyemi. Bye!